Today's briefing covers a new ransomware family using a kernel driver to knock out defenses, an expected uptick in Windows patches as AI uncovers more bugs, Microsoft's fix for a Defender privilege escalation, and a quick patching pulse across vendors. Let's get you the facts and the actions. Welcome to your cybersecurity roundup. We focus on what changed, why it matters, and what defenders can do right now to reduce risk. First, a new ransomware operation dubbed GodDamn is actively abusing a kernel mode driver known as PoisonX to disable endpoint protections before encrypting files. Researchers observed the family in the wild starting May 21, 2026, and assess it to be a rebrand of the Beast ransomware. The key detail is the defense evasion step. By loading PoisonX at the kernel level, the actors can neutralize antivirus and EDR services, clearing the way for ransomware execution. This matters because kernel-assisted tampering shortens the defender's response window and increases the likelihood of a full impact incident, even in environments with security tooling deployed. The takeaway for defenders: harden the driver surface, enforce strict driver signing and blocklisting policies, enable kernel mode code integrity features where supported, and prevent unapproved drivers from loading via group policy and device control. Turn on tamper protection in endpoint tools, monitor for unexpected service and driver install events, and restrict local admin rights to reduce the chance of driver deployment. Test backups and recovery paths assuming security tooling may be disabled during an attack. Next, expect more Windows security updates going forward as Microsoft leans on artificial intelligence to find vulnerabilities in its codebase. The company says that as AI scales code analysis, users will likely see an increase in patches landing through the normal update channels. The key facts are straightforward. AI is being used more aggressively to discover flaws, and that will translate into a higher cadence of fixes. This matters because patch velocity directly impacts operational planning, change windows, and testing capacity. A faster flow of fixes can reduce exposure, but only if organizations can absorb and deploy updates quickly and consistently. The Defender takeaway: adapt your patch management to higher tempo, automate testing where possible, pre-schedule rolling maintenance windows, and communicate the expectation of more frequent updates to stakeholders and end users. Strengthen asset inventory and coverage reporting so you can prove which systems are current. Prioritize updates that reduce externally reachable attack surface, and be ready for occasional out-of-band releases triggered by accelerated AI discovery. Microsoft has released a fix for the RoguePlanet vulnerability in Microsoft Defender, tracked as CVE 2026-50656, with a CVSS score of 7.8. This is a privilege escalation issue in the Microsoft Malware Protection Engine, the core component that handles scanning and cleaning. Details of the flaw were public for nearly a month before the patch arrived, raising the risk that attackers could have developed reliable paths to system privileges on affected hosts. The key facts: the component is widely deployed by default on Windows systems. The bug enables escalation to system, and a security update is now available. This matters because local privilege escalation against a ubiquitous security service can convert a minor foothold into full control, undermine containment, and facilitate persistence and lateral movement. The immediate Defender takeaway: ensure Defender's engine and platform are fully updated on every endpoint. Confirm compliance through your endpoint management or security console, and verify that definitions and engine versions reflect the latest security update. For systems that receive updates offline or from managed catalogs, push the updated packages explicitly and recheck. Monitor for signs of abuse until coverage is verified, and consider tightening application control and privilege boundaries to make escalation chains harder to complete. Finally, a quick pulse on patching. Multiple vendors have issued security patches or advisories addressing newly disclosed vulnerabilities. The key point is breadth. Fixes are available across different products and platforms, which means there are likely items in your environment that require prompt attention. This matters because the aggregate risk from multiple vendor releases can exceed any single bulletin, and the window between disclosure and exploitation continues to compress. The Defender takeaway: run a rapid triage across your asset inventory, map the week's advisories to your deployed software, prioritize internet-facing and zero-click exposure first, and schedule emergency maintenance for high-severity items. Where immediate patching is not possible, apply compensating controls such as configuration hardening, access restrictions, and enhanced monitoring until fixes can be deployed. That's the roundup. Kernel-level ransomware evasion, an AI-driven increase in Windows patch cadence, a concrete fix for RoguePlanet and Defender, and a broad patching cycle across vendors. If this briefing helps you stay ahead, subscribe, share it with your team, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay sharp, stay patched, and stay safe.